So, indeed, first of all, I'm very happy to be here with all of you today, and thank you very much for this very interactive conversation that we are having on this key topic for the green transitions that we are going through and we will go through in the next couple of years. So also part of this webinar is most definitely the presentation of some funding opportunities that are here available, and I thank actually Vasilis before myself for having introduced one of the calls that we wanted to basically illustrate a little bit further. So this first slide is basically dedicated to the open calls from the European Space Agency, the first one being the one that indeed Vasilis mentioned earlier, and this Space for Urban Air Mobility. I will just add perhaps a couple of information in the sense that I will just say that indeed, you can see the deadline, so there is still time to apply until the 7th of May, and the activities that will be funded by the European Space Agency will reach the ceiling of 100% for a total amount up to 200 kilo euros per activities. And I will move to the next one, which is also very interesting for, I believe, the audience today, and is very much related to the concept of smart cities that are basically transmuting into digital society. So in this context, the intelligent transport system become an indispensable component for making the life of the citizens easier. So in any city, mobility is a key concern. Be it basically the trip that you need to do to go to school, to your office, or for any other purpose, citizens use transport systems to travel both within the city and outside it. So in this sense, real-time information is a critical requirement for an effective usage and operation of the intelligent transport systems for public transports. This call is two-step call. So basically there is an outline proposal to be submitted within the 19th of April. So for those who are interested in this opportunity, there is a little bit of a rush to, let's say, meet the first deadline. And the full proposal needs to be submitted before the 24th of May. In this case, the contribution of the European Space Agency is a little bit different. So this it's going to be 50% of the project cost for a maximum of 200K for the feasibility study, but it will increase to a maximum of 1 million euros in case the proposal is about a demonstration project. The second one is, this second slide is also related to the, let's say, ESA, so the European Space Agency calls. I have here put it also one of the visual of one of our previous projects because it was mentioned and very well explained during that event. So if you want to have more information, of course, please contact me, but also go and visit our website because there is the full presentation of Ms. Roberta Mugellesi, who is the ESA technical officer for this specific call. So it's smart and uncrewed shipping. So it's again a different kind of mobility. And it is about a demonstration project and is addressing the topic of smart and uncrewed shipping. And it's about innovative solutions relied on advanced technologies such as the 5G and the positioning, navigation and timing data. Here as well, there will be two deadlines. The first one being the 15th of June, the second one the 15th of September, to so-called intake of the different proposals and relevant time for evaluation. Here again, ESA will bear up to 50% of the total project costs. And the remainder has to be financed by the tenderer or any other potential, let's say, sponsor. there is also a different percentage of participation of the European Space Agency in case the tenderer is or one of the, let's say, consortium member is a university or, let's say, micro SME. Then I would like to move to a set of calls proposed by European Institute of Innovation and Technology, and EIT is basically an entity created by the European Union back in 2008 to strengthen European ability to innovate. So since 2010, the EIT launched 8 innovation communities. Basically, each innovation community is a dynamic and creative partnership between a very diverse set of stakeholders which participates in the partnership itself. And the urban mobility is most definitely one of those. And since 2019 has been striving to encourage positive changes in the way people move around the cities. So there is now a possibility to co-found up to 400 million for the period going from 2020 to 2026. About the 6 basically thematic areas that you can see in the slide, and again there is also a link, so I would encourage all of you to go and check it out. And the overall objective of the innovation program is basically to build upon innovative ideas and to put them in practice. You can see here the deadline for application, so there is still a little bit of time. And then I will move to the Horizon Europe. So as you may know, Horizon Europe is not yet publicly available, so is not yet open, but is planned to be published during this spring season. So I believe that we are quite close to the final publication of this new very important funding scheme for Europe. Actually, it's the largest transnational program supporting research and innovation. And the new Horizon Europe will gain the 30% increase in the budget compared to the previous Horizon 2020, reaching a peak of 95.5 billion. Basically, as you can see here, just very briefly, Horizon Europe will be structured around 3 different pillars. The first one being the promotion of the scientific excellence, which will be done through the different entities that you see listed there. And the program will also support collaborative research on societal challenges and strengthen the technological and industrial capabilities through the thematic clusters, addressing a full spectrum of global challenges, among which you can see health, climate, energy, and for instance, mobility as well. And basically, this cluster will expand whatever it's related to research and innovation resources in climate-related areas, and ensure that European business have access to technologies and data that they will need to basically support this green transition. So this is a little bit what I wanted to introduce, and eventually just a couple of information. So okay, sorry. So basically, here you have a couple of links, and you can see also, let's say, recall visual to the year of rail, which is 2021. So in this slide, you have some links to future, let's say, potential call. The first one is actually an event which is organized by Civitas, and is a network of cities for cities. So you can this one forum is going to be focused on mobility, where basically mobility practitioners and city planners can meet and can discuss about the latest innovation in this field. and also good practice and lessons learned from their experiences in the integration of the solution within the daily work of the city itself. So the application has been extended until the 9th of April, so a couple of days left in order to apply and to participate, and the participation is free of charge. The second link is about ELTIS, which is the Urban Mobility Observatory, and ELTIS basically facilitates the exchange of information, knowledge, and experience in the field of sustainable urban mobility. In the website, you can find additional calls whenever they're open about this specific topic. And eventually, the very last link is related, as I was mentioning, to the Year of Rail 2021, which is coordinated by the Community of European Railway and Infrastructure Managers. And this one project, Connecting Europe Express, is basically connecting almost all European capitals with a different event to basically promote this means of transport, the new and sustainable way integrated in the rail system. So I will just leave it up to you and enjoy the reading.